Ladies and gentlemen,
what's up? This is Mr. LG, and you are listening to The Drive Home with Matt Burton.
Begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
And welcome. You're listening to The Drive Home with Matt Burton. I'm your host, Matt Burton, and today we are starting a series that will run for just a little bit. It is actually to help promote our 2018 Lincoln County Apple Queen contestants. And the first contestant we have up as part of the 2018 Lincoln County Apple Queen Scholarship Pageant. The first one is Miss Morgan Wise.
Hi, everybody.
Morgan, thank you so much for coming in today and just sitting down and talking to us. Morgan, give us a little background on you.
My name is Morgan Wise. I'm 18 years old. I just recently graduated from East Lincoln High School, and I will be attending Coastal Carolina University in the fall to major in marine science, and then hopefully move on to vet school. That way I can work at a rehab and release center for marine animals.
Very nice. Now let me ask you this: why marine animals? Why not kitty cats and dogs and stuff? I mean, why marine animals? Why did you decide that?
Ever since I was little, I've just always loved the beach. It has just called my name. And I mean, my favorite animal is a sea turtle. And it's sea turtles and penguins. They're at a tie. And it's amazing. It's just, it's something different. It's not something that everybody does. And it's unique to what I want to do and what I love.
Right. Of course, going into the marine biology and all that. Mm-hmm. What other kind of interests do you have?
I've been dancing since the age of 2.
Ballet, tap?
Ballet, tap, clogging, jazz, contemporary, a little bit of hip-hop in there. So pretty much point mainly. I've also been doing theater with the Lincoln Theater Guild since the age of 5. I've done numerous of their drama camps and been in many of their major productions. We just wrapped one up, actually.
Yep, and you are one of the assistant choreographers on a lot of the shows. Yes,
and I actually have had the great honor of choreographing the last 2 drama camps, and getting to work with those kids was really amazing.
Very nice, very nice. What made you want to throw your name in the hat for the Lincoln County Apple Queen?
Well, most of all, growing up in Lincoln County, you know what the Apple Queen is. Right. We have the Apple Festival every year, and it's such a big deal. And since apples are the number 1 manufacturer in North Carolina and have been for many, many years, it's a great honor to be of something so crucial to the community and such a vital part of festivities. As I said, I like to volunteer in the community a lot. I put a lot of my time into the community, so I figured this would be another way to just be a part of the community and get out there.
Very nice. But actually, going back to that real quick, this is the 40th year of the pageant.
Yes, it is.
Could you imagine following in the footsteps of 39 other women?
It is. It's going to be some tough shoes to fill, but actually the other night when all of us girls went out, we actually got to meet the very first Apple Queen because she was at the restaurant where we were, and that was so neat to get to meet her and get to speak with her. And
actually one of the choreographers, Kelly Barker, is she was an Apple Queen. I'm not sure what number she was.
I'm not sure either.
But she was up in there. Yeah. So now we're gonna switch gears a little bit. We found out about who Morgan Wise is. So now we're gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna ask some tough questions here.
Okay.
And like I said, these questions have not been. Morgan has not seen these questions yet. So
nope.
But I mean that's the whole point of this is we want to see her answers and why she deserves to be that Apple Queen. Morgan, do you think that the youth of today, and obviously you are a youth of today, but you are held to a higher standard because you are going for the Apple Queen slot. But do you think that the youth of today faces more pressure than the previous generation of kids?
I think so, yes. There's a lot of pressure put on kids these days to, do the right thing, do good in school, go to the right college, pick the right thing, do good. It's just, I feel that kids are pressured into doing work that's going to make them money instead of work that makes them happy.
Right.
Because mostly, you hear kids, oh, I'm going into marketing and majoring. And you're like, is that what really makes you happy? And they're like, no, but I mean, it's steady and it's what I want to do, or it's what my parents want me to do. And, it'll make me money. And that's something that you really just hear a lot these days. And it should be, no, it makes me happy. And I feel like...
What's the happy balance to that?
Like, I want to do something with the ocean. So, obviously, I've found a way to get a sustainable job in something that I love. So, it just takes time. You need to find out what your interests are, and then research your interests, and then find jobs that relate to your interests. And I know they do this thing in school nowadays. I've had to take it like twice, and I've always gotten the same answers because I knew what I wanted to do when I grew up. But it's a test where you answer a series of questions about things you like and what you do, and then when it comes back, it gives you suitable jobs that would be geared in your interests, which I think is really great for kids.
Right.
So not a lot of kids know, like, they like to do something, but they don't know what kind of career they can make out of what they love.
Yeah. Who would you say that the one person you look up to that's definitely a role model? And I'm sure there's a lot of people listening like, she's getting ready to say my name.
So many people.
But I mean, who would you think has been, and it doesn't have to be a family member, that's been a role model? And actually, you know what? Let's just go and scratch the family members, because you're probably getting ready to make all your family members mad about that. Who would you say someone that's helped you in life to be a better woman and the woman that you are destined to become?
This was actually a question on our applications. I do not know this woman personally, but she's made such an impact on my life just in the brief moments that I have got to meet her. There's a principal at the Boston Ballet, and her name is Dusty Burton. And I was lucky enough to go to a dance convention where she was teaching some classes. And I got to talk to her, and she's such a beautiful dancer, and she encourages young women to get out there and do what you love. And she actually signed a poster for me, and the poster says, "Little girls with dreams become women with a vision." And
wow,
that that's always stuck with
deep.
Me. It's still hanging in my room, and I look at it every day. And it
say that one more time. Little girls
with dreams become women with vision.
That is probably the strongest statement I have ever heard.
I have it on my wall every day, and every morning I wake up and look at it and say, I'm going to make my dreams a reality.
So with that being said, so you obviously have a motivation poster that you get smacked upside the head with every morning. So that probably drives you to be successful in life.
Yes, it does.
So with that being said, what is your definition of success? What's your formula?
Well, of course, you want to be able to take care of yourself independently in the world, but you also want to be happy. So finding a balance of something that makes you happy and helps you, take care of yourself, I think would be fantastic. Because, you can work all your life and make money and be miserable and just not care.
Right.
But if you find something where you make money and it makes you happy, like you don't want to wake up.
Makes a world of difference.
Yeah. You don't want to wake up every morning, oh, I gotta go to work. I mean, it wants to be, yay, I get to go to work. I get to do what I love every day.
All beauty queens.
Oh, Lordy, yes.
Here's the famous question. What will you do as the 2018 Lincoln County Apple Queen? What is your platform? What do you want to use that office and title?
My platform will be to speak on the behalf of disabled children and the way that they are mistreated because of their disabilities, but also bullying in general. Because all throughout middle school and elementary school, I was bullied, so I know how it feels, and I don't want anyone to ever have to feel the way I felt. And, I spoke up. I said something. I talked to people, and they were able to help me. So I just want to be that voice to go out, find help, find somebody out there cares, and they can help you.
Do you think that in America, in our society, we have more of do you think in our... Let me start again. Do you think in America, in our society, we have more of a communication problem?
I think so, and I think not. I mean, we have all this technology that connects us to people all over the world and can connect us to someone who's a million miles away. But also, you know, kids these days are so in their phones, they don't get out and talk to people anymore. Like social events, you just see people walking around on their phones. You don't, and like, or taking pictures and tagging and sharing, but you don't really see people standing in groups actually face-to-face communicating with one another.
Well, and I think, too, by that, open the lines of communication back. I think that would solve a lot of the problems because people would get to know each other more and think, well, you know what, that kid right there is really a lot like me. Yeah. And by me bullying him, I'm bullying myself. You know?
Exactly. And a lot of kids bully people because they're insecure about themselves. Yeah. And they want to make themselves feel better. But there's other ways to make yourself feel better than putting other people down. Right. And I've learned that. And actually, the girl who bullied me in elementary school, she had some consequences for what happened. And now that she went through those consequences, she's a totally different person. And I actually had a class with her my senior year. And she was friendly, and we would sit there and work on class projects when we would sit there and discuss with one another, and it was like she was a totally new person.
And you know, and you don't really know.
Exactly.
And this might be someone who is being bullied, and I'm not there saying that
they have something going on at home and they just don't know how.
You know, with the communication of opening that up, the person that's being bullied could actually be the one that's actually saving the other person.
Exactly.
In the end. So, Morgan, tell us a little bit about the Apple Queen pageant, when it is.
The Apple Queen pageant is August 11th of this year. There are 15 contestants from the 4 Lincoln County schools: North Lincoln, East Lincoln, Lincoln, and West Lincoln. I am the only contestant from East Lincoln this year. Okay. It is really rare when you get an entire group of 15 girls together and they all get along, but that is how we are. Like, we just recently had a sleepover and we all just got along and laughed and had fun. You know, it was no competition, no, oh, my school's better than yours. It was just good, wholesome, fun girl time. Yeah. Like, there was no argument. There was nobody thinking that they're better than anybody else. And we all actually have a lot in common, which is really great. And we're all supportive of one another. Like, they would ask me about my show that I was in. They're like, so how was practice? You know, how's it going? Oh, your show looked awesome. You know, so they're all, we're very supportive of everybody. Very
cool. So, Morgan Wise, one of the contestants here with us for the 2018 Lincoln County Apple Queen Scholarship Pageant. Morgan, thank you so much for joining us right here on L-Town Radio, The Legend, and also with iHeart and Spotify. Thank you so much, and the best of luck to you in not only your career as a future marine biologist and marine veterinarian, but also wish you the best in the pageant.
Thank you so much for having me.